Good morning, America, and good morning, whomever, wherever you are on this big world. This is Dr. Turi. As always, thank you very much for watching my entertaining and educational YouTube videos. All right, now let's start with the good news. I received another very beautiful email from the producers of my movie on Amazon Prime. And guess what? We had over 200,000 viewers in July, excuse me. And August is not yet over. We already beat that. So that is absolutely great news. And of course, I'll take this opportunity to thank all of you, because it is because of all the good things you sing about me and my work that the numbers are coming up. So the translation is already in English, of course, it's all over, but the translation is also done in Spanish, so it's going to the Spanish-speaking countries. The French and the Japanese are next, and we are planning also doing this in Chinese. So this is going to go a long way, and it actually beats all my expectation. But there is even more good news. That is because of popular demand, Taranya is now working with the producers and the TV crew to set up another meeting right here in my house, in my big room in the back, to do another movie, but this one, it will be on Nostradamus astrology. So I will use a lot of artwork that I have. I will use the tarot table. It's going to be a very interesting, again, educational type of documentary. But so many of you have asked one encore, so there you go. Your wishes have been granted. And remember, the future is the reincarnation of the thought. So if you want to learn more, see more of Dr. Turi, well, guess what? God heard you. So that's the good news. You could still, when you go to the newsletter and read all the details, you could still click on the 5 stars and then give me a little endorsement, rate the movies, and ask your questions, and I'll answer it. All right, so this is where we are right now. A lot of good news. The title of this newsletter is Kamala Harris will be the first female US president. So that's a prediction that I make, not lightly. Remember, my work dedicates the stars, and the stars involve people and their UCI, or their unique celestial identity. And my job is to bypass the 5 limited human sense, enter the archetypal realm of supracosmic consciousness, and then from there make predictions. So I use a software, I'm logical, I'm practical, I'm down to earth, and outside of this beautiful, harmonious stars talk, put it this way, I can see the future and tell you what's going on with Kamala Harris. Of course, I will do also Biden when it comes to time, and explain what he will, like Kamala Harris, what he will give the United States and the world because of their stars. Remember the rules. When you elect a president, you are going to be forced to experience his idiosyncrasy, his sins and virtues. In the terms of President Trump, a day before he got elected, I wrote everything that transpired because I looked at the stars. All you got to do is to click on his head with his painting, because he's a Gemini. As far as Kamala Harris is concerned, she's a Libra. What does Libra rules? The law. And you wonder why she was the top cop? Well, she's an attorney. Balance, harmony, Libra. So that is her soul's purpose, to bring justice to the world. And incidentally, as incredible as it may sound, she has the same exact dragon head and tail as President Trump. But why? Why she will do a miracle for foreigners in this country and all over the world and reassociate the United States with the world as the top leader, which was designed by God to do to do so. Why? This same dragon is going to be a golden door of happiness for foreigners, balance and harmony in the laws. And why President Trump dragon does completely the opposite and put America in a box and neutralize our connection with foreigners. Well, remember, there are no accidents for people to become who they are. It's not an accident. She's a jewel. A jewel means 2, 4, 6, like Trump. Trump cannot have one golf course, one hotels, one restaurant, or one tweet for that matter. Kamala Harris is a jewel. So she is in one position and she's going to do it again and again and again and again. And that's what will lead her to become Madam President in the future. All right, so in any way, shapes, and form, there is so much more to say about Kamala Harris, good side, bad side. And then you may ask, did she ever smoke pot? She's a Libra. Oh, Libra smoke pot, like Capricorn. It's written in light through their stars. But does that mean she is a bad lady? Well, is there any one of us out there who did not do anything wrong? Starting with myself, of course not. You know, so understand my work, my cosmic work, and then all the details to what she is, good and bad, what she is going to do, including bidding for that matter, is available, but only to those who support my work. So become a VIP, become a Patreon, click all the links that you need. And if you want to see who she is and what she's going to do and why she became part of the top commandant out there, okay, it's all written in light. Sad enough, she's rich, she's famous, she's extraordinarily educated, yet she has no cosmic consciousness, and that is a disaster. And remember, in the future, as the new age of Aquarius is kicking in, humans will not elect somebody because they didn't know what you want to hear, or because they inherited a million and put themselves on TV, God knows what. It takes money to make money, okay? There's a lot of people, if they didn't have any money, or if the money didn't come to them without doing nothing, they would never be who they are. It takes money to make money. It takes money to become somebody. So either you work really, really hard, or if you're a Libra, you're going to be a professional student. You're never, ever going to tell anybody born in October to open a book. They are professional students. In fact, I have 2 nieces. Both of them are doctors. And none of my sisters had to tell their daughters, pick up a book and study. But there is a big difference between education, the codification of thought, intelligence, and a gift. All right. So they kicked me out of school. I was 14 years old. Yet I teach who is who in America today. Right? Never learned to speak English. Pick up the hard way, you know? Chunky stuff. What dog food means. Did you watch my UFO movies? This is how I learned English. Never learned how to type. Again, I type faster than what you can read, and I'm a writing machine. It's a gift. You're not going to teach Michael Jackson to sing and dance. He has it. You've got to have the stars, and the stars will put you where you belong if you know your stars. If you remember yesterday in the video that I made, not yesterday, last week, the video that I made, I said, you got to go into the cosmic code. This is where God resides. You have to go in the understanding of the universal structure. Once you're up there, you have to go under so you can see how you stand. And that's where the word understand comes from. Go above, go back under, see how you stand. To do that, of course, you have to investigate your UCI, your unique celestial identity. And because the majority of all the people on planet Earth have been indoctrinated either by science or religion, a lot of people have fear. Oh, Dr. Cherry, you're the devil. Oh my gosh. They do not understand that I am doing better than all religion combined, because what I'm trying to do is to revive Jesus' initial cosmic ministry, who wanted to introduce humans to our Father in the heavens. Okay, God never came down and wrote no books, my friend. but he made the stars. And that's where you're going to be challenged through those videos to understand what the cosmic code is all about and understand your stars and how they play havoc or they bless you if you know where you are at in your immaculate celestial conception. All right, today we are the 24th. That's the date of this SOS to the World Deadly Window start. So this window, it's obviously already in action if you look at the type of news that's going on. And first of all, remember, all my windows always enunciate earthquakes at or above 6.0. Okay, so on the 18th, we had the 6.6, and on the 21st, during this window, we had the 6.9. That was in Indonesia, but if you look at the longitude and latitude, it falls completely dead on my window. Okay, so again, repetition is a must in my work, my good friend. So the more you are curious, the more you click on those links, the more you listen, the more you're going to build your own understanding of what the cosmic code is all about and how God speaks to his children through the signs. Okay, so on Beating the Odds radio show, on my YouTube video and in my newsletters, both the Lebanese and the Baltimore explosion were predicted. But if you do not go, okay, and if you do not listen to the radio show, how are you going to know? You got to go click on Beating the Odds with Dr. Cherry. You have the click, you have me with the sunlight coming out of the tip of my fingers. And then 6 minutes, 44 seconds into the radio show, you can scroll to it. You can hear me. The show has a date, okay? And I warn about the sudden release of energy and explosions. And there you go. Sad reality, those explosions killed a lot of people. And of course, I also mentioned large earthquakes above 6.0, and here you are happening. All right, remember, if you have purchased your 2020 or 2019 Nostradamus Dragon personal forecast, I told you it is going to be a year of wind and fire. Now you tell me, my good friend, when is the last time you heard of the Gulf Coast being on alert for simultaneous tropical storms? Two. When is the last time you heard of that? Well, had you put your hand on my 2020 Nostradamus forecast that I wrote in August 2019, you would have read this is a year of wind and fire. So there you go. 2 simultaneous tropical storms are hitting the United States as I'm speaking to you. So when you have NOAA, the National Weather Service, telling you, oh, nothing can be predicted, wrong. I predicted well before those words and those hurricanes were in motion or being made into the Atlantic, Pacific, or the Gulf of Mexico. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, okay? You have an option to go ahead of time. So if you plan to go in the Gulf of Mexico, or watch my window and don't go, wait until those nasty windows. Or if you go there, just be more cautious than usual. Talk about fire, okay? Air, tornado, hurricane, what we're experiencing right now, okay? But a fire-nado, a tornado in fire, oh, well, this is pretty rare. You were prepared. Nothing compared to what's going on now. Deadly California wildfires scorched more than 1 million acres, and there is no end in sight, my friend. A year of wind and fire. Imagine, all thousands upon thousands of people being forced to leave their home as I'm speaking to you. They're crying. They have lost possession that are irreplaceable. They have things that are so close to their heart, pictures, artwork, possession that they worked all their life, gone in flame. Well, maybe these people, next time they buy a house, they should check on their astrocartography. You don't make the most important investment in your life just like that by looking at the regular calendar. You don't do that. So those people now not only had to endure the tremendous mess involving coronavirus that has destroyed so many lives already, but now they have lost their houses and their possession. And many of them are not going to make it. They're going to end their lives. So realize how lucky you are if you're not one of these people. But at the same time, imagine the pain, the suffering, the trauma, the drama all these people from all walks of life are going through right now. So my heart and my prayer goes to these people. There is a higher order. Regardless of what these people are going through, they have to die and they have to rebirth. And so many of you are watching me right now are going to be going through the same process or are going through the same process. Let's see if that window works, if my quatrain and if my keywords pertinent to this window and all my predictions actually make sense to you. To storm a barrel towards the golf course. We just expressed that one. Deadly California wildfire squash, a 1 million acre with no end in sight. We just approached that. Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny was fairly likely poisoned, Germany says. Now, if you look at the keywords, secret and Russia, how come this window? Secret comes to light, death, drama, Russia, spying. How come? I give you the exact date for the energy that's unfolding right here, right now. Remember, I don't make no prediction. I just understand those cosmic winds that are misused by the reptilians, okay, and produce those devastating news. What else do we have? Former Red Hot Chili Pepper guitarist died. Talk about famous death. Two of Larry King's children have died in the past month. Dead on my window. You get that nasty, deadly energy. And I think Larry King is a famous guy. So when I say famous death, you should be able to connect the dots. My heart goes to all these people. Bro erupt on airplane of a mask. Not only you have to deal with coronavirus, taking a chance of flying whenever you feel like, now you have to delegate with completely infected idiots who don't care about wearing a mask, about your health or the health of your family or grandparents or those who are at risk. That's what you get when these people who endorse and support or vibrate like our president. There is no denying the facts. It is a very dangerous world. Yeah, all those lunatics are very dangerous. They're very convinced coronavirus is made up. It's just, they're convinced that very famous people turn into lizards and then gonna eat your children. Again, thanks to David Icke, bulls that is poisoning thousands upon thousands of people, but the Draconis saw him coming and they neutralized him. Finally, he cannot spread his fear and his nonsense and his idiocy, especially when he talks about the Holocaust that didn't take place and the shooting on that school that killed so many children was set up, was staged. That is insane. People believe it. That tells you the mental power, not only the mental power, but how easy it is for the reptilians to hijack the brain of these people that are led by fear and an uncontrollable imagination. Well, they're doing a good job, that's for sure. Radio anchor descriptions of Kamala Harris cost him his job. Remember, I always told you, my friend, during those windows, whatever you say, whatever you do, wherever you go, be careful, because whatever you say, whatever you do will follow you for the rest of your life. It's time for wake-up call. And this idiot who had a high position and make a good living now has lost his job because he was not cosmic conscious, because he is an atheist, he's an educated idiot, who is religious, or all of the above. I don't know. But get the result. During my window, a lot of people are going to lose or have lost their position. Rush Limbaugh, if he wasn't Rush Limbaugh, when he called that lady a slut, okay, he should have been fired. Like any one of these little radio hosts, but it's Rush Limbaugh. Oh, a 400 million contract to poison more people with fears. He's one of the most racist person on the planet. I'm not saying this because he's Rush Limbaugh and he's political oriented. He was born with the tail of the dragon, in the sign of Virgo, virginal, critical. He hates women. He's got the head of the dragon in his third house. He's born in January, Capricorn politics. He's friends with the president. And he's got the head of the dragon in the mind, like Dr. Cherry. Okay. But he's just traditional, rational, and politics. And he built a huge empire as a Capricorn. And he's, of course, an addict. He's like all Capricorn. He smoked pot or smoked cigarette. And I even predicted, whatever. I don't want to go there because I don't want to sound nasty to people who support Rush Limbaugh. But he's not Rush Limbaugh just because like that. He was set by the stars. But he's cosmic and conscious, exactly like all the leaders who have control over your life. It's insane. It's a disaster for humanity to have these people who can change your destiny in a matter of a second. They own your life and they do not know nothing about God's cosmic design. And they are all religious fanatics just regurgitating the Bible. They always change their God, knowing nothing about God's cosmic design on how he talks and how he talks to us through the sign. As I said in many of my previous videos, once the age of Aquarius kick in, you're not going to elect somebody because he has money or because he's making you believe whatever you want to believe. The age of Aquarius will make sure we elect people who have the right stars, and these people will just make this world finally what it's supposed to be, a better place for us all, where peace, love, harmony, education, integrity, education reigns supreme. It's going to take a while, but we'll be there in time. What else do we have? Female trucker found dead on interstate near her semi. She was murdered. Again, the same story. So a lot of these guys out there, because of coronavirus, they cannot go, quoted, hunted, unquote. Okay, so they're going to use force. They're going to do anything they can to satisfy their evil, sexual, sensual desire. And then they don't want to go to jail, so let's eliminate the victim. And I told you, if you're a woman, just be careful. There's a lot of infected people out there. This is not a safe world anymore. Not when the reptilians are in charge. What else do we have? Portland police arrest 9 in violent clash with rioters at precinct. Again, police news. Those wild animals fighting the police, all those infected plutonic souls who haven't been educated. Remember all these gang leaders, all these tattoos, all these nasty negative element, the criminal element. Once upon a time, every one of these nasty poison souls were beautiful, loving, trusting little children. But nobody was there to educate them on how to apply their will against the forces of evil that are, and the stars that are manipulated by the reptilians. Excuse me. Police news. Missing Fort Hood soldier was victim in abusive sexual contact. Again, sex. I mentioned the keyword is sex. There you go. 18-year-old woman drowned near dam after carrying several children to safety. What a beautiful, loving heart. I don't know if those kids were part of the family, members or strangers, doesn't matter. She's gone. She gave her life to try to save those kids. Chances are this poor girl was under one of a negative cosmic biorhythm. Wrong time, wrong place. As much as you can use the good cosmic biorhythm, be at the right time at the right place and win the lottery. Are you going to say, oh, Dr. Cherry, if you know so much, why don't you play and win the lottery? Well, guess what, my friend? You cannot use metaphysical wisdom for personal gain and selfish end for that matter. So I won't do it. A 16-year-old girl died after falling off a ledge at New York's Zoar Valley. Again, pretty much like the hundreds of thousands of people who have died prematurely because their cosmic biorhythm was negative and it was conjuncting one of my negative windows. There are no accident, my friend, only cosmic circumstances that are at work that science and the majority of you out there have not yet understood. And that's why you're listening to me. So you can slowly but surely understand the cosmic code. And you know, see my hand, two sides. This is the physical laws. You've been taught to stop at a red light. You've been taught to stop at the stop sign. If you don't, the cops are going to stop you and you're going to get killed. The other side of my hand, because you do not see it, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. There is another set of laws. That's where I'm coming from, trying to teach you those laws so that you don't die and waste your life because you don't know better. I mean, these are kids. I'm 70 years old. When I see these things, these young kids like this wasting their life and dying, wow, just because of cosmic ignorance, that should not exist. All those kids should learn. They should master it. And in this way, they live a much more productive life. You know the rules. You know, God created the stars in the heavens for more than the sake of beauty or for NASA to send a little robot on Mars. God created the stars in the heaven for investigation, for interpretation, so that you may lead a safer, more productive life. That is the reason why God created the stars, and not to waste billions of dollars to go on Mars when Mother Earth is freaking burning. Wedding guests in Texas shoot groom in chest. Oh my God. I don't know. Maybe this guy is definitely infected, probably high or drunk, or both. And then, well, let's shoot the groom. Well, maybe you did something wrong with my wife, my daughter, my sister. They have no idea. The excuses are endless, but the reptilians are always there, especially when those cosmic winds are deadly. And next thing you know, you do something that you're going to regret for the rest of your life because you're going to be rotting in jail for the rest of your life. That is if you're lucky. The unlucky one, they die. Trump's sisters bitterly criticize her brother in conversations secretly recorded by your niece, Mary Trump. Again, remember, secret to light. You're talking about Trump's sister and Trump niece telling you all that I've said all along about your president stars. Trump is like you and me. He's a human being. He's got a huge heart. He's a beautiful man, as much as you are, as much as I am. But like every single human being, he has also sins. He's a Gemini, left and right, confusion, changing minds, splitting. That's why America is such a chaos. In splits, Gemini splits. That's what it does. This confusion is an air sign. That's why it was easy for me to tell you it's going to be a year of wind. And wind means also fire because of lightning during my shocking windows. They are going to be lightning. It's just so logical. If astropsychology were taught in all our college and university, and as I said many times before, my friend, accepted as a solid and real discipline, man, we would live life in such a different way, so happy, so unifying, so smart. That's not just good for people who are in power or for the church for that matter. It's your right, that was stolen, that was taken away from you. That's why I'm here, trying to bring it back to you, my good friends. And I shouldn't be judged for that negatively, particularly. Former Trump advisor Steve Bannon is arrested on charge of defrauding donors of fundraising scheme. Greed. You see these people, they have money, they have power, they handle all these greens. Oh my gosh, let's take it. Oh, let's buy a big boat, let's buy a big mansion. Next thing you know, come that window, you cannot hide the truth. Sooner or later, the truth will come up to light, especially during my window, where secret comes to light. Here you go. Another greedy, infected politician, and there's millions of them out there. Okay, a lot of them are dedicated and they are honorable. Okay, but a good chunk of them are not, because this is part of being a human being, especially when you're struggling and you're depressed and you want to do better for you or your family. So there is an understanding for every situation in the human experience, my friend. But those who are in power, they already have tons of money. They can still control the greed because there are reptilians infected. It's all about money. Enough is never enough. There are people like that. The more money they have, the more power they gain. And what do they do with the power? It's not always good. At least 13 people die in stampede as police raid nightclub breaking coronavirus restriction. There you go. Police, drama, death. And all these kids, they're having fun, they're dancing. And then, cops are coming. Whoa, you're going to go to jail. Oh my gosh, I don't want my mother to know that I went out tonight. Okay? Or my dad. He's gonna beat my ass if you find out that, I left. So those kids that don't know better, they run. Now, you're dancing, you're listening to music, there is drugs, there is alcohol, there is coronavirus, and there is the reptilians. The same apply with the millions of stampede and the millions of idiots who have died in the name of their religions. It happens all the time. This is why I always said to you, during this deadly window, stay away from groups, stay away from activity. Be careful, don't trust nothing or nobody. You have the most powerful energy, Plutonic energy, Scorpio. Scorpio has a stinger, death, drama, the criminal element, the reptilians. Remember, their base is on Pluto. It's a Plutonic window. This is the red carpet, the golden door for those entities to destroy as many humans as they can. And here I am trying to warn you. All right. My good friend, there's another window coming up. It's going to be a different window. It's going to be all about shocking news. It's all about earthquakes above 6.0, the possibility, of course, of tsunami, cosmic news, UFOs, technology, lightning, tornado, sudden release of energy, explosion. It's coming back. Remember, life is a constant, endless process of changes. And the news are constantly, endlessly repeating themselves. As much as I predict the last two explosions on that radio show with my friend Jim Carroll. Just go and listen. Hear me. It's coming back. I didn't give you the date because now you have to show me. Yeah, Dr. Thierry, we believe in you. We support you. Okay. For the price of an hamburger, maybe I should dedicate Dr. Thierry, will become a VIP, okay, and then be aware of what's going to happen on the date he gave us at the beginning of the month. You see, the good news is that my work in my words, are going places now. While I was turned down by many UFO speakers in their conferences, karma is always there. Now I'm all over the world. I don't need them anymore, really. Not that I wouldn't like to go back into normal, but when is normal coming back? When is that nasty, nasty virus going to go? It's going to go. It will, because this is life. As much as we already had suffer the same type of virus with the Spanish flu, you mean the same dragon, the same cosmic winds. But unless our scientists investigate forensic astrology, not so I'm used to astrology, unless they investigate, they would never know the endless returning pattern on the affairs that regulate the human experiences, my friend. Oh, it's astrology. Dr. Cherry, cuckoo. Meantime, I do better than all those scientists combined together. And as the real authority on Nostradamus, I'm giving you predictions that are very reliable, dated, printed, published on radio, in my newsletter, on my YouTube videos, etc., etc. And that's why you, my good friend, if you realize that I am with you, okay, you should support me. I work hard physically, driving a truck, okay, all over the United States to help those in need. I only have one day off. I'm going back. Okay, going back. I came back at 1 o'clock last night. Get up early this morning to do that. I give my best physically and spiritually for you. I'm exhausted, to tell you the truth. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to drive because my work is piling up, and you know, all the people expect to be served immediately. It doesn't work that way. You'll be served with a reading if you have order of reading when it's time, when the universe, physically and spiritual organization conjoin, and then make you and I meet finally on Skype or on Zoom. No accident. If you want a reading, order your reading, as I said before, and forget about it. I will be there, and you will be there in time. And today, and each time I'm off, I do 2 readings. And you know what? Those people are really, really happy with my work, and that's what makes my day. That's where I get the strength to work for you. So you cannot be judging Dr. Turi negatively. Just ask yourself, did I do as much as Dr. Turi did for the world? Now, so ask those questions, and you have to reward so that you bring good karma to yourself. Never, ever, again, I repeat myself, never, ever give in to the negativity, to the insecurity, and to the fear. This is real. This is real mess. Coronavirus has killed and will kill more people. And then worse than that, there is another nasty window coming up. Again, it is a karmic order. There is no accident for all of you out there to have your life upside down. To cry, to get depressed, to commit suicide, it's not a way to deal with this. It's a blessing in disguise. It's an opportunity for you to analyze yourself, auto-analyze yourself. Okay, all right. Okay, this is what it is. What I'm going to do now to make it better. And by taking that decision, by moving forward, by asking the universe, remember the future is nothing else than a reincarnation of your thought. You will attract either the teacher, Dr. Turi, or you will attract the opportunity, or both. But it's a good idea to do what God has intended you to do. Like Kamala Harris, Libra, the law, becoming the top cop in the planet, support, endorse, promote anything and everything that has to do with the law. You know, there are no accidents for whomever, wherever you are, and for whatever you have accomplished so far. And if you're not happy, well, it's because you're not living your destiny properly. And that's where you need to go into the cosmic code again, understand God's cosmic design, then go back under to see how you stand. Understand your cosmic blessing, your cosmic identity, and speak God's cosmic language. And remember, he didn't write a Bible. And he's nowhere to be found in the millions of religions that have poisoned the human psyche. But he created the stars because that's where he resides. And that's where he is, constantly watching over you. Lastly, we're going to do the Gemini forecast. That's your president. That's George Norrie. Art Bell, wow, you're going to say Art Bell is dead. Art Bell is dead, maybe, but his stars are not. That's why Art Bell is on the radio still. That's why a lot of people are listening to Art Bell shows. In fact, I did a very beautiful show, but I don't think Coast to Coast, the producers will put my show with Art Bell. He was a killer, but it's on YouTube somewhere. So, Gemini, the head of the dragon is on you. On you, if you're born in June. It's all about writing, reading, talking, communication, or driving. Remember, I have the hidden dragon in Gemini and I have the moon in Gemini. That's why I'm driving. That's why I'm beating coronavirus. That's why I'm making tons of money in many possible ways, because I'm using the mercurial communication, writing, talking, driving energy at my advantage. All right. So all Gemini is all about now realizing you're on a crossroads. Okay. There is no future in your past anymore. If you're not happy, you need to go the other way. Okay. And that is stimulated by the tail in the world of Sagittarius on your 7th house. 7th house deals with partners, the way you face the world and who you face the world with. In other words, if you're happily married, hey, the tail of the dragon is going to reinforce your relationships. If you're not, you're out. Okay? And new partners are coming your way. Now, Sagittarius rules foreigners and foreign land. They are going to be a blessing. If you're born in December or June, this dragon is going to get to you 100%. And your entire life is about to change. But you need to know a little bit more than the basics of what I'm giving you. Put your hand on my 2020 Nostradamus Dragon Forecast, if you're born in any sign, for that matter, and read the details of where the long-lasting planets are affecting you. I can only be objective. This is not a reading per se. It's just a little information on your sun sign. So the way you face the world, the way you see the world, you got to cross. Of course, George Norrie wants to have a lot of parties. He wants to, all this is changing for him. He's being forced to completely reevaluate how he deals with the public. Like he used to do, sing and dance and be happy. When I was with him, we were doing this. Well, now the tail of the dragon is imposing a change. He's having this party coming up in September. He's advertising all the time. A lot of people are going to go there, but this is beautiful. But remember, you're taking a chance because coronavirus is not a joke. Okay. And a lot of people are gathering together. Next thing you know, they're gone. So just be cautious. If you're born in June or in December, this dragon is going to affect yourself and the way you face the world, imposing a lot of restructure. Okay. We're going to do Cancer next week, but for now, we're going to do the cards of the day. So again, you see, I do not see the card. I'm going to put a card. There you go. This is it. And that is my ID card. This is Dr. Turing. Jupiter, the teacher, the philosopher. This is who I am. I am a teacher, a universal teacher. The eagle is you. I'm putting some wind under your wings to help you to raise to my cosmic wisdom. So be ready. The head and the tail of the dragon will touch foreigners for good or for worse. And in my case, I'm touching you because, as I said, all I'm doing is put some wind under your wings and help you to deal with this incredible, devastating virus that has ruined so many lives. But at the same time, I'm telling you, and that's where you should have faith in me, okay? This is not an accident. It's a higher order imposed for each one of us. So instead of going down and being depressed and being negative and giving up and committing suicide, fly high with my guidance. This is what we have for now. Okay, my good friend, Please go to the newsletter, read all the details, enjoy my work, most of all, share my work. And as always, click on the 5 stars when you go to my movie, and then give me some feedback. And then we're going to work on the next one so that you're going to learn more. All right. Be positive, be happy. Then I'll talk to you next time. Until then, God bless all of you. Bye-bye.